It has to start somewhere. It has to start sometime. What better place than here? What better time than now? Oh,
Get it on!
if you didn't understand that intro, I don't want you here. No, I'm just kidding. You're here for Honeyland, so... What is up, everybody? It's I, SG80, coming to you from glorious Shatville. Who's that good-looking chap in the corner? Anyway, it is I coming to you with the AMA summary, which I do love to do, so buckle up. It was a long one. It was more Q&A this time around. The info that I've got is a little bit shorter, so should get through it pretty quickly today. So hopefully you can stick through the entirety of the video. And, you know, if you do like this sort of stuff, feel free to hit that sub button because this guy's looking to give away some stuff at 500 subs. So once I hit 500 subs, there's going to be a Honeyland giveaway. My goal is to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, at which point there's going to be even more stuff being given away. So help me reach those goals. Help me get stuff to you. So let's jump right into it. We are talking Honeyland. We are talking about the AMA that happened earlier this past week. Yeah, it's been a few days, so I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at it. I will leave a link in the description below as usual, so be sure to check that out. Number one on the top of my mind is that there is going to be a new build coming out, I believe, this week. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be a bunch of new stuff coming through, looks and play-wise, and yeah, it's going to be some good stuff. So stay tuned for that update when it comes and drops sometime this week. The one thing that the first thing that kind of was touched on was the continuous onboarding that is always being improved upon, and by the sounds of it, things are getting even better for new players coming into the free-to-play scene. So before there was sort of like a time gate as you progressed. There was like a day one, get through it, day two, and so on. But now they've kind of taken away that time lock, which is great because you can progress through the different stages and the different levels at your own pace. You can crush through it if you want, or you can go through it at a guided pace. So you've got two options essentially. That I think is going to be part of this next release. So if you haven't started your tutorial, if you're just wondering what Honeyland is, you're coming in at a good time to be able to get into this new guided and tutorial onboarding process. So congrats to you. Thank you for joining Honeyland. You won't be disappointed. And I guess this is to be completed within 10 days. So you do have a finite amount of time to do it, but yeah, you should be able to get through it with enough time. Obviously, if you're just going to be doing it on your own, you should be able to get through it within those 10 days. And I guess it's guided mode, which is a more leisurely pace, will get you through it within those 10 days. So if I'm mistaken, do correct me in the comment section below. But yeah, all great things. We do want more people joining Honeyland and being part of the community and growing this community as time goes on. The next one, new PvP is coming, and not necessarily that it's not going to be like auto play, but there's going to be the option to opt into it. So you can opt in or opt out, obviously. And there's going to be some wagers that you can actually place for whether it's on defense, offense, whatever. So there are going to be different tiers. So you can opt into tier 1. I believe there are certain criteria to be into these different tiers, but tier 1, you can kind of get into 1 HXD to fight and defend. So yeah, that's going to be, and then it will go up from there based on your tiers and what your obviously risk tolerance is. You can't be part of multiple tiers. You'll be part of just the one that you opt in for. So do be wary about that depending on where you want to be and where you want to compete. Pick your tier accordingly and obviously as you can. And there are going to be live tournaments coming. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how the tiered structure is going to play into it, how they're actually going to execute. I'm still looking forward to the next Bubble Bash tournament. Just putting that out there, folks. Obviously, I'm not hitting the tens of thousands in my gameplay, but I think you know, I could give some people a run for their money from, you know, depending on how well my round goes and depending on how poorly theirs goes. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. And the last kind of big piece, I'm telling you, this is a quick one. The last big piece that I found was very interesting was the Honeyland GPT. They've been working on this, I guess, for a few months, kind of in the background, on again, off again. There were other things that took precedence before this actually jumped to the forefront. So this is essentially, I'm going to call it help on steroids. There's going to be, it sounds like there's going to be a free version and a paid version of it, where the free version, you just kind of ask simple questions that, you know, it should spit out the answers to. And then the paid version, which sounds amazing if this can work. And by the sounds of it, according to Corey, who actually put this to work, it sounds pretty dope. It's going to help guide you on your different missions, in so much that it will give you and tell you that the best group of bees to send on those missions. So it takes all the guesswork out of it, which is, Honeyland is so complex. It's so potentially basic, but then on the other end of things, it can be so complex. So if you can actually, I guess, pay for this information, whether it's a one-off thing, I'm not sure how they're going to do this, but you pay, you get your build to go on certain missions. It's going to be there. And the other example that he gave was in the game mall. It gave him a suggestion of a bee to go and purchase, which is just wild. And according to him, he was saying that, yeah, if it wasn't for that AI, he would have overlooked that bee, which he ended up purchasing. So, you know, it's kind of brutal that he actually went and purchased that bee, but yeah, it works. So I'm sure that is not going to be a big deal to anybody. It shouldn't be. I'm just busting chops. But yeah, that wraps things up, folks. The AMA went on for another hour-ish, an hour plus, I believe, with a bunch of questions. So yeah, those were the key items. Kind of, I want to give and grab 2 to 5 maybe, depending on the AMA items that I find jump out at me. And those are the 3 that really grabbed my attention this time around. And you know what, if there was anything that I missed and you want to discuss it further, drop a comment in the comment section, and let's continue the conversation. Otherwise, hit that like button if you did enjoy this little tidbit, or these little tidbits, and let's again, let me know what you think. I'm always open to chat about Honeyland, and I don't know, I'm just filibustering here. So that wraps things up, folks. Tis I, SG80, coming to you from glorious Shadville. I do stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings at about 7 p.m. Easternish. Mondays being honey making Monday. I said it right. And again on Saturday mornings at about 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern. Do join me for those. Follow me on Twitch, sub on YouTube, or those giveaways, of course. And that you can always hit me up on X if it comes down to it. That's it. As always, stay healthy, stay safe, a lot of love. I'm out until the next one. Peace.